Hi friends, this is Vishal Nadapra, Department of Mechanical Engineering, Dr. Subhash Technical Campus, Junagadh. Welcomes you to the lecture series of fluid mechanics. We are dealing with the first chapter, Introduction. In previous session, we have seen the kinematic viscosity as a property of the liquid, which is a ratio of dynamic viscosity to the density of the liquid. Having a unit meter square per second in MKS and cm square per second in CGS, which is also called as stock. But in real practice, centistoke is widely used in practical purpose. Then we have seen the Newton's law of viscosity, which says that shear stress in the liquid is directly proportional to the rate of shear strain, which is also called as a velocity gradient. Then we have seen the types of fluid according to the Newton's law of viscosity. Those fluids follows the Newton's law of viscosity are called as a Newtonian fluid, and those does not follow are called non-Newtonian fluid. And then ideal fluid does not have a dynamic viscosity, so mu equal to 0. Then plastic fluid have a initial yield stress value. After that, it follow or may not follow the Newton's law of viscosity. According to that, there are two subtopics in plastic substance: ideal plastic fluid and thixotropic substances. Ideal plastic fluid are the fluid which follows the Newton's law of viscosity after some initial yield value or yield stress. Then thixotropic substance does not follow the Newton's law of viscosity after initial value of shear stress. Then we have seen the effect of temperature on viscosity on liquid as well as gas. In liquid, the responsible parameter for the viscosity is intermolecular cohesive force. So as the temperature increases, the cohesive force will decrease, and so the viscosity will also decrease, and vice versa. Whereas in gas, responsible parameter for the viscosity is intermolecular momentum transfer, and thus if the temperature increases in gaseous form, then viscosity will also increase, and vice versa. Now today we will continue our journey with the property of the liquid. Very first one is cohesion force. Cohesion force and adhesion force both are the property of the liquid. Cohesion means intermolecular attraction between molecules of the same liquid. So this is the molecular force or intermolecular force between the like molecules, whereas the adhesion force is the force between unlike molecules, between two different substances. Cohesion is a tendency of the liquid to remain as a one assemblage of the particle, and the surface tension is due to the cohesion between particle of the at the free surface. Adhesion force is means attraction between the molecules of a liquid and molecules of a solid boundary. Say two different molecules of the liquid and molecules of the solid boundary. So when we discuss the force between two unlike molecules, say either between two different fluid or one solid and one liquid, then it is called adhesion force. And the capillary action is the result of both this cohesive force and adhesive force. Then we will see the next property, surface tension. As the name itself indicates, it have some tension on the surface. But before going on the definition, we will see the diagram. Here, consider there are three different molecules at different level. One is at the surface, another is the very near to the surface, and third one is the very below the free surface of liquid. And now let's see what is the difference of cohesive forces in these three particles. In which, if we consider this molecule, then it have a all surrounding molecule cohesive force of all surrounding molecules, and likewise this force will balance this force, and equally all balances nullify each other. So this we can say this molecule is in a stable form. Whereas if we think about this molecule, which is very near to the surface but not exactly on the free surface, then in this case it have a small amount of force in downward direction, because in horizontal forces are neutralize each other, but whereas upward force is a little bit lower than the downward force, so it have a little bit downward force. Whereas if we think about this particle, this molecule, which is exactly on the free surface, then what happen about this? It have a only like molecules, or say cohesive force on the bottom part, and on the upper part there is a unlike molecule, so there are no presence of cohesive force. So in this case, there are there are number of, we can consider that there are number of molecules like this, and so the whole surface, this type of molecule everywhere you can consider, and all the molecules are always under the tension of the effect of cohesive force. So we can say in liquid, or when there are two miscible liquid or liquid in contact with the gaseous form, there are free surface which is always under the tension. So it acts like a membrane. So this is called the surface tension, and the surface tension is the force per unit length. Now let's see the definition, technical definition. Surface tension is defined as the tensile force acting on the surface of the liquid in contact with the glass or on the surface between two immiscible fluid. Remember one thing, the surface tension occur between two liquid also, but condition is there must be a two immiscible fluid, and it will naturally occur between the glass or any other substance and any other liquid. So unlike molecules, it is caused by the cohesive force at the free surface that already we have seen. If you see the example, then the raindrops, rise of the sap in the tree, bird can drink water from the ponds, capillary rise and capillary siphoning, collection of the dust particles and on water surface and breakup of liquid jet. Friends, here I would like to add the surface tension must be a boon for human life. How can I say that? Because here you can say the rise of the sap in the tree is just because of this surface tension. So what we can say, the tree will suck the water from soil through the root, and that water it can pass through their veins up to the last point of the leaves. So we can say the survival point or the survival benefit will be because of this surface tension force. So we can say surface tension or this property is a boon for trees and so for the humankind. So this is the surface tension. And if we think further detail, then the value of the surface tension depends upon the following factor. Which factor? Nature of the liquid, nature of the surrounding matter, and kinetic energy. Say, hence the temperature and temperature of the liquid molecules. Here are the few factual data are given about the surface tension. Again, remember, surface tension is always between two immiscible liquid, or when the liquid and gaseous form intersect with each other. Say, internal surface between gaseous and liquid form. So here are given the water and air. It is 0.073 Newton per meter at 20 degrees Celsius, and between water and air again at 100 degrees Celsius it is 0.058. So as the temperature increases, surface tension will decreases. Here you can say this is the factual data. And it is also given between mercury and air, which is 0.1 Newton per meter per unit length, which is very high compared to the water and air. So these are some factual data about the surface tension. Now we will see the surface tension in three different cases, in which very first case is water droplet. Here you can consider the water droplet, say diameter is D. Here inside pressure is P, intensity of pressure is P, diameter is D, and the surface tension is C. So this is the diameter D, and if we cut this droplet into vertical two parts, then here you can say this is the one part in which we have to balance the two forces. One force is the pressure force and another is the surface tension force. Now, pressure force, according to the definition, it is the intensity of pressure P into the area on which it acts. So here, the total pressure force P is P into pi by 4d square. So here there is a few mistake. Pi by 4d square into intensity of pressure small p is here. So this is the total pressure force acting inside the water droplet. Whereas surface tension for which acts when the liquid droplet come in contact with the immiscible liquid or in contact with air. So here this is the liquid droplet and these all are the surrounding by air. So the surface tension will occur on this boundary only because this boundary is in contact with air. So here after cutting the in vertical position, you can see the surface tension act on the periphery of the circle, say here. And according to the definition, surface tension force equal to sigma into length. Sigma is the notation, that is the surface tension force per unit length. So multiply by this length is pi d. So here, this if we consider this water droplet is in neutral condition, then these two force must be equal. Say pi by 4 d square into p equal to sigma into pi d. By equating these two forces, we get the equation of P equal to 4 sigma by d. From this equation, we can say if the diameter decreases or for the smaller diameter, pressure will high, or as the diameter will increase, pressure will decreases. So this is a typical value or typical equation of the pressure or intensity of pressure in a water droplet. Now we will see for a water bubble. So what is the difference between bubble? Here again consider the definition of surface tension. It acts or between two immiscible liquid or between liquid and gaseous form. So in bubble phase, this is the bubble. Let's consider again the diameter is d. So here in between it is the air, and outside also this is the air. So here there are two surfaces. One is the outer surface, this surface, and another is this surface. Both are in contact with air. So there are two places where the surface tension acts. So if we again for the analysis purpose we cut this bubble in the vertical position, then we get this type of portion in which P is the intensity of pressure, and here the pressure force is pi by 4 d square into intensity of pressure P. And surface tension, here surface tension is sigma into again length, but here there are two surfaces, so we have to multiply by this 2 sigma into pi d. Pi d is the periphery of this water bubble or liquid bubble, whatever you can say. So by equating these two forces, we get the equation intensity of pressure P equal to 8 sigma by d. It is just twice as the water droplet. So this is the equation of intensity of pressure in water bubble or liquid bubble. Now we will see the surface tension in liquid jet. So here consider the jet having a length L, and the surface tension is again the value is sigma and the diameter is d here. So again consider the two different forces. One force is the pressure forces. Pressure forces is pressure into area. Area here, if we cut as the water bubble and water droplet into the vertical position, then we get the area of L into diameter d. So this area will be considered here. So this area is P into L into D, and the total pressure force is intensity of pressure into area L into D. And the surface tension force, again surface tension force sigma into length. But here consider the two different length. Say this is the length L again, and this is the length another length L. So here the total length is 2 times L. So so total surface tension force is twice sigma L, and by equating these two forces we get the equation P is equal to 2 sigma by d. So this is the surface tension equation for liquid jet. Now we will see another property of the liquid, which is called as capillarity. Capillarity is the phenomenon by which the liquid rises into a thin glass tube over or below its general level. So what it says, in any liquid portion, if you if you insert a very small diameter tube, then as per the property of the fluid, either liquid level will rise or fall into that tube. So if this will rise, then we can say it is the capillary rise, and if this level will fall, then this central level, then we can say it is the capillary fall. This is because of the combined action of cohesion and adhesion of the liquid particle. Let's see here one fundamental figure, which is general. This is the free surface of liquid, and if we insert a small diameter tube here, the diameter of is D of the tube, then this is the water here. So what happened? This is the glass tube and this is the water. Between glass tube and water, there are adhesive forces higher than the cohesive force. So this will occur. This type of surface will occur because of this surface tension. Let's consider this surface tension or this surface have angle theta with the vertical direction. So let's analyze these forces into vertical and horizontal direction. So according to the geometry, this vertical position will become cos component, and horizontal component will become sine component. So here, if we compare this rise and fall, so this rise is just because of the surface tension. Surface tension. So this surface tension is responsible to pull over this liquid. So here this is in balance condition. So here we can say one force must be there to balance this surface tension, and this force is nothing but the weight force of the liquid, which is above this free surface of liquid. So here we can equate, this is balance condition, so we can equate two forces. One is the weight force and another is the surface tension force. And for surface tension force, we will consider the only vertical parameters, say cos component only. And for weight, again, we will use the definition of weight density. Say weight of the liquid to the volume of the liquid equal to rho into G. So let's see what happened according to the definition. So here the upward surface tension force will be again sigma into length. But sigma is in vertical direction, so sigma into cos theta. So sigma into cos theta, this is the vertical force or vertical surface tension force multiplied by the length, and the length is here the periphery of this tube, and the periphery of the tube is pi d because the diameter is d here. So this is the pi sigma into d cos theta. It is the upward surface tension force. Now this surface tension force is balanced by the downward weight force or gravitational force, we can say. So weight force, it is according to the definition of weight density. It is the weight upon volume equal to the rho g. And here total volume of this is nothing but the pi by 4 d square, which is multiplied by direct here. So weight upon volume equal to rho g, and if we multiply V with this rho g, then we get the total weight of the water column, which is total volume is pi by 4 d square into H. So the total weight of the water column, which is above this free surface of water, is pi by 4 d square H into rho g. By equating these two forces, we can equate this because this is this already we have considered as a balance condition or neutral condition. So upward force is equal to the downward force, and by equating these two, we get the equation of capillary rise. Say H equal to 4 sigma cos theta into, divided by rho g d. So this is the equation for capillary rise. Now we will see the equation for capillary fall, and this will occur into the mercury. Why? Because in mercury, cohesive force is greater than adhesive force. We can say the mercury or particle or molecule of the mercury have a greater affinity with the same particle than this glass material. So let's say this is the mercury and this is the glass tube. So it have a less affinity with the glass, and mercury level will always try to uh, keep gathered. So it have a capillary fall, or it have a lower level inside the tube than the general level. So this is the free surface, this is a glass tube, this is the, and the diameter is d again here. And we will consider the surface tension sigma have a theta with the vertical only. So here again, what is the difference between first case and the second case? In the previous case, there are capillary rise, and here the second case there is a capillary fall. So here, what is the fundamental or which type of force we have to consider here? So here we can say the sigma or surface tension force is responsible to pull down the mercury in this free surface of mercury. So why this why this stop here? Just because it is a balanced level. Balanced level, why? Up to this level, from here to here, surface tension is responsible to pull down. So how much work it has to do? It has to do the work up to the volume or so weight of this mercury. So this much mercury is pulled down by this surface tension force. So here we can get mercury level lower than this free surface, or we can say it is capillary fall, and this is just because of cohesion and adhesion. Now let's see again, compare this both forces. Sigma surface tension force, it is again pi sigma into cos theta. Here you can say if you consider the downward force in this direction, then this angle is 180 minus theta. This angle will be 180 minus theta, and so if we want the vertical direction, then the vertical direction will be minus cos of 180 minus theta, and so ultimately it will be a minus cos theta. So here pi sigma cos theta, and weight of the water column is again volume into rho g, so it is pi by 4 d square h into rho g, and by equating these two forces we get equation, or the same equation as the capillary rise, which is h equal to 4 sigma cos theta upon rho gd. Here the angle for mercury is 140 degree, whereas the angle for water is 0 degree. So sometimes you can see this equation h as a 4 sigma by rho gd, because cos 0 equal to 1 here. If we see a few fundamental parameter for this capillary rise or fall, then these following points are worth here. As the smaller the diameter of the capillary tube, greater is the capillary rise, because the d is in denominator. So as the d will decrease, capillary rise or fall, h value of h will increase. And the measurement of the liquid level in the laboratory, say capillary tube should not be smaller than 8 ml, and the capillary effect are negligible when the diameter d is greater than 12 mm. So it will not, you cannot observe the much rise or fall when the diameter of this tube is greater than 12, and for laboratory purposes must be less than 8 mm. So that is all for today, friends. What we have seen today. First, we start with the two forces, cohesive force and adhesive force, and then we have seen surface tension, which is always act between contact surface of two immiscible liquid, or the surface between gaseous form and liquid form. And then we have seen capillarity, capillary fall, and capillary rise. So goodbye, friends.